In 2007, the FN SCAR made its debut, quickly positioning itself as a potential future standard for the U.S. military's rifle selection. Designed to meet the rigorous demands of Special Operations Forces, the SCAR rapidly gained recognition and was adopted by elite units, including the Navy SEALs and Army Rangers. By 2010, it had earned a reputation as a top-tier weapon. However, in a surprising move, United States Special Operations Command started canceling contracts in 2011, eventually phasing out the 6mm variant of the SCAR. The SCAR has always been a subject of debate due to its innovative and sometimes unconventional design. Despite this, it has proven its reliability in various real-world combat scenarios, such as recent use in Ukraine. Ukrainian soldiers, equipped with SCAR-L rifles from Belgium, have praised the rifle's ability to withstand harsh conditions, even using pressure washers to clean the weapons before heading back into muddy trenches. The SCAR's history marks an important chapter in the development of small arms for the U.S. military, influencing future designs in Western nations. For those intrigued by the firearm, Go Guns now offers a finely crafted, non-firing replica of the FN SCAR. This officially licensed miniature model captures every detail, from its mil-spec dark tan color to the subtle differences between the upper and lower receivers. Made from sturdy die-cast metal, it's designed for easy assembly and includes dummy rounds that cycle through the action. Pre-orders are available, providing early access before its full release. The FN SCAR's development is closely linked to the early years of the global war on terror. U.S. Special Forces encountered unforeseen challenges with the M4 carbine during their initial deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan. For the first time, soldiers faced a wide range of extreme environments, from freezing, high-altitude mountains requiring precision shooting to scorching urban areas demanding maneuverability in close-quarter combat. The MEM-4 and MISKIN, which were designed for conventional warfare, reportedly struggled in these conditions. Concerns about the MEM-4's reliability began to emerge, with reports of sand-induced jams and barrel failures during extended firefights. While the MEM-4 remains a competent weapon, these issues spurred the need for a new, more adaptable rifle system, leading to the development of the SCAR in the early 2000s. In response, USSOCOM issued an operational requirements document in September 2003, requesting a next-generation weapon system. However, creating a unified set of requirements proved difficult due to the distinct needs of various Special Forces units. The Green Berets and Air Force pararescuemen favored lightweight, compact firearms suited for long patrols and airborne operations. Navy SEALs prioritized weapons that could withstand saltwater corrosion, while the Army Rangers emphasized extreme durability and reliability. The goal was to create a modular weapon system capable of fulfilling multiple roles, potentially replacing the MEM-14 MEN-4 and M249 with a single, versatile platform. This ambitious vision aimed to consolidate several battlefield roles into one adaptable rifle. A competition in 2004 evaluated 12 prototypes from 9 manufacturers. The FN SCAR, designed by Belgian arms maker FN Herstal, emerged as the winner. It was the only candidate to meet all of USSOCOM's rigorous go-no-go criteria, earning unanimous approval from the evaluation board and advancing to low-rate initial production testing. FN Herstal was a fitting choice, given its long-standing reputation for quality firearms manufacturing. Located in the Liège region of Belgium, a hub for arms production since the Industrial Revolution, FN had established itself as a key supplier to the U.S. military by the 1980s. The company took over a portion of MiG-16 and 4 production from Colt and established a factory in Columbia, South Carolina, which produced M240 and M249 machine guns, making FN an ideal candidate for the development of a potential M4 replacement. By the early 2000s, FN had become one of Europe's leading exporters of military small arms. SOCO initially placed an order for 1,800 SCAR rifles for low-rate initial production testing, along with a 10-year contract for 15,000 SCAR Light 5.5, 6mm, and 6,000 SCAR Heavy 7.6, 2mm variants. Although finalized in 2007, production delays meant the first rifles didn't reach operational units until 2009. During this period, the SCAR gained immense popularity. Its futuristic design was prominently featured in video games like Call of Duty, and the 75th Ranger Regiment showcased the rifle in public. A full Ranger battalion was deployed to the Middle East with 600 SCAR-L rifles, marking its first major combat evaluation. The SCAR was widely regarded as the IT weapon of the time. Several advantages of the SCAR based on user feedback: improved accuracy, customizable barrel lengths for various missions, ambidextrous controls, and a compact, folding stock. The SCAR wasn't just a visually modern weapon, it introduced innovative features now commonly found in other firearms, such as monolithic upper rails for optics, interchangeable barrels, and free-floating rail systems that enhanced accuracy and provided more space for accessories. SOCOM's requirements led to 2 primary SCAR variants: the SCAR-L in 5.56mm and the SCAR-H in 7.62mm, each designed for different operational environments. The original concept even included field-swappable barrels and calibers, with rumors suggesting a conversion kit that would allow the use of enemy 7.62mm ammunition. Though this feature was ultimately dropped, the SCAR series was particularly praised for its accuracy. With match-grade ammunition, the SCAR was capable of achieving sub-minute of angle performance, grouping 5 rounds within an inch at 100 yards, an impressive feat for a fully automatic production rifle with a quick-change barrel secured by only 6 screws. The SCAR-L was effective to 600 meters, a notable improvement over the M4, while the SCAR-H extended that range to 800 meters. Reliability tests also showed the SCAR outperforming the M4. In harsh environmental testing, the SCAR series experienced just 226 malfunctions out of 6,000 rounds, while the M4 had 882 malfunctions under similar conditions. This reliability was largely attributed to the SCAR's design choices. The receiver featured ample internal space, allowing the bolt to displace debris, while a short-stroke gas piston system kept heat and carbon fouling away from the bolt and chamber. The SCAR's gas system was also easily adjustable, optimizing performance during suppressed fire. Suppressors tend to increase back pressure, which directs hot gases and smoke back toward the shooter and accelerates wear. However, the SCAR's gas piston design helped mitigate these issues, contributing to its longevity and consistent performance in the field. After being developed in parallel, the SCAR-L and SCAR-H took different paths in terms of performance and service history, especially after 2011. While both models generally met expectations, the SCAR-L Mark 16 faced several early issues. One of the most notable problems was related to feeding malfunctions, specifically double and triple feeds. These issues were often traced to problematic magazines, particularly the PMAGs, which were found to be incompatible with the SCAR-L. Steel magazines, however, worked much more reliably. Interestingly, the design's extra space, intended to improve reliability, sometimes exacerbated these feeding problems. allowing rounds to slip into the enlarged receiver recesses. Veteran Jeff Gurowich recalled an incident where a teammate's SCAR L jammed with multiple spent casings stuck in the chamber, describing it as a potential oxyplate feed error. Another key problem was the SCAR L's reciprocating charging handle, a feature mandated by SOCOM. This design decision required the charging handle to move back and forth with the bolt during firing, as opposed to the fixed charging handle of the M4. The idea behind this was to allow soldiers to use the charging handle as a forward assist, helping clear a fouled bolt with a quick slap. Despite objections from engineers, this feature was required. Many Rangers deploying with the SCAR L reported frustrations with the reciprocating handle, noting that it often snagged on gear and terrain, making it cumbersome in confined spaces or awkward firing positions. Retired Special Forces Major West and Amaya both highlighted the operational challenges this feature posed, underscoring the importance of incorporating soldier feedback early in the development process, which eventually led to the creation of soldier touchpoints to avoid similar issues in future weapon designs. Despite FN addressing these issues in later variants of the SCAR, the initial experiences with the Mark 16 left a lasting impact on its reputation. A review from the first Ranger deployment in 2009 concluded, "The SCAR is a good system, but I'm not ready to give up my M4. As the SCAR evolves, it'll be top tier, but I'm not convinced it's worth the cost and retraining for a completely new system." With the U.S. military's budget constraints tightening after the 2011 Iraq withdrawal and the global economic crisis, SOCOM had to reassess the SCAR L's value proposition. The economic situation forced tough decisions on resource allocation, and the cost of the SCAR L was no longer justifiable compared to the benefits it provided over the four. The SCAR L's use by the Rangers came to an abrupt end after their 2010 deployment. Following their return, the decision was made to phase out the SCAR L in favor of the M4, with only the SCAR Heavies retained. The cancellation of the SCAR L was primarily driven by cost considerations, as its advantages over the M4 were deemed insufficient to justify the higher price tag. Despite improved reliability compared to the M4s of that era, the SCAR L's performance did not outweigh the increased costs. In June 2010, SOCOM canceled all SCAR L purchase orders, with only 850 rifles delivered. Resources were then reallocated to other priorities, such as upgrading optics, surveillance, and communication technologies. Meanwhile, the M4 series, particularly with its SOPMOD Block 2 upgrades, closed the performance gap with the SCAR. Although the SCAR L saw limited adoption within SOCOM, some individual special operations units continued to use it. For example, the Navy SEALs still utilize the SCAR L, likely valuing its superior corrosion resistance in maritime environments. For their specific mission requirements, the SEALs justify the SCAR L's higher cost, despite the broader challenges it faced in general military service. The SCAR Heavy Mark 17 took a different path from the SCAR L, avoiding the feeding issues that plagued the lighter variant. Despite chambering the larger 7.62 2mm round, it was surprisingly lighter than many of the rifles it was designed to replace, with noticeably reduced felt recoil, a seemingly impossible achievement in firearms design. This made the SCAR Heart particularly effective in long-range engagements, especially across mountainous terrain or valleys beyond 500 meters. The 7.62 round provided a distinct advantage over the 5.56mm M4, retaining more energy and offering better barrier penetration, a vital characteristic in an era marked by vehicle-borne IEDs. Some experts believe that the positive performance of the SCAR-H influenced the Army's decision to adopt the 6.8 by 51 mm cartridge for the new XM7 rifle. While initially designed for the U.S. military, FN Herstal successfully expanded the SCAR's reach internationally. Today, SCAR rifles are in service in over 20 countries, with military sales accounting for over 55% of FN's annual revenue. The SCAR is one of the company's top-selling products. France, for example, placed a 100 million euros order 2,620. FN's home country of Belgium uses both the SCAR-L and SCAR-H as standard-issue rifles, while Kenya has adopted the SCAR-Heavy as its standard rifle, with 1,000 already in service. The long lifespan of SCAR components also reduces maintenance costs, with some rifles in U.S. service reportedly having fired over 200,000 rounds. Despite its premium price tag, ranging from $1,300 to $3,000, which places it among the more expensive rifles on the market. The SCAR series continues to maintain a strong reputation and remains highly sought after. Even as new rifles emerge, the SCAR's established accuracy, versatility, and reliability ensure its continued relevance and appeal to military and civilian customers around the world.